Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette here, and I'm with the lunar eclipse reading that will cover the second half of July from the 16th to the 31st. And as I just wait for people to wake up and remember that I'll be reading, or them to get to their phone or their computer, let me mix these cards. And this is the one of my, I guess it is my favorite deck. It's the let me show you the box, actually, just a second. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Can I find the box? Will she be able to find the box? Will she be able to find the box? And at the same time, ruined the, hey, hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Let me say hello to everybody before I screw up again. This is the box of it is the Tarot of the Golden Dawn. This is put out by Lo Scarabeo. It is the initiatory tarot of the Golden Dawn. You see, look at it, that box is a mess because I use it so much. Hello, everybody. Let me say hello, 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 hello. Sonia, Irina, Jade, wonderful Francie, Sozy, Starseed, great, Queen of Cups, nice. Based Princess, Sheila, wow, Francie, Jean, Jenny, I think I got it, Nikki, Melissa. Okay, now, as I mix the cards, let me tell you that I'm starting a new members. There's private members that you can become of this channel. And there is, I think, a monthly fee of $4, $4.99. I don't think it comes to $5. And what will that entail? If you become a private member, I'll be putting out videos just for private members monthly in the area of my YouTube channel that you can see. But nothing will change for the public. Nothing will change for the public. So let's see what this lunar eclipse is going to create for us and where it's going to take us. I'm going to start with Pisces and work backwards as I do. And how is she going to do that? Going to put down 5 cards. I'll show you those. Pisces. Ooh, ooh, la la. Ooh, 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 la la. Okay, we've got the Judgment card there. The Judgment. Then the Chariot. There are 5 cards, so the focus is the Ace of Swords. Then the King of Pentacles. And this 5 of Swords. Now, if I have to go backwards, apart from going from Pisces, Aquarius, this 5 of Swords, usually, in those tarot readers who are out there, give a shout, usually talk of regrets, all right? Now, this I'm looking at from the progression as something that's left in the past. This lunar eclipse is going to get rid of your regrets. Why? Because in this cycle, all right, when does the lunar eclipse occur? It is the 16th and 17th of July, depending on which area of the world you live. And that really has an impact. This entire month, we know with that solar eclipse in the beginning on July 2nd, and this now on the 16th, 17th. What's going to happen to you, Pisces? Well, you are being called to action. Not only are you being called to action, those that interact with you are being called to action. You together are going to make great strides, great headway in the relationship department. Okay, granted, ladies and gentlemen, this could occur on the workplace. It doesn't have to be romantic. I'm seeing it as very highly important emotionally, whether it's romantic or not. What is the headway that's being made? The Ace of Swords. Some major truths are going to come out. Some major truths are going to come out for you. And not only the major truths are going to come out, and they're going to be a platform of stability for you, and leaving then the regrets in the past. Now, I have the Sibilla cards that I, of course, cannot just let sitting there, Pisces. Let's take a look. And let's see. I'm going to start with this Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. What does that talk here too? It talks about leaving the untruths in the past. All right, we've got sighing. So speedy, meaning finally. It's finally, the shimp is finally coming in. Morte, death, meaning it is a new phase in terms of the communication and the truths. And then prigione, prison. The prisoner card in this deck talks of a marriage, of a ball and chain. That's why they call it the prison. But it talks about bonding together with a strong, strong emotional bond. I'm going to take a few more cards on that first judgment card. Let's see. Whoa. All right. Now we've got riunione, the meeting. Yes, there will be in the second half of July. It could be even as far as 1, 2, 3 August, but it is occurring. It is a love base. This is l'amante, l'amore. This is the lover, female or male, and malinconia, going back to the future. I'm seeing this as, and I think I've mentioned this for you before, Pisces, that this is a person, whether it's on the job, whether it's in a different area, and not romantically speaking, I see this as coming together again after so long, when you thought, it was on the shelf, but it's coming around again. And this malinconia is, the way that the days that were, the beginning, the actual beginning, what do you do? This coming together. I'm going to throw a few, I'm not going to throw them because I have a wooden table here. I'll get rid of them. I'm going to pick. Okay, what do I have here? I've got 4 runes. I've got Awats. Awats is a journeying room. And as you can see, it's Merkstave. And it's Merkstave telling you that you are where you are at the proper time right now. This is what the universe had in store for you, Pisces. You're going to be coming face to face with that moment of what? Truth. The key, Otala, the key is to go through that rite of passage. There's going to be fear, and I won't, I have to say, I'll be clear about that, Pisces. You're going to shit your pants practically because it's not a game anymore. It's true. It's coming. You can't run and hide anymore. Then we've got Keynots, and Keynots is Merkstave. Keynots is Merkstave telling you, and later there's Isa. Keynots tells you that you're not exactly, even if you thought about it 1,000 years, even if you thought about it so many days in your life, it's going to be such a surprise, such an opening that you will not even expect it. You won't see it coming. But Isa tells me, Pisces, that even if you are the most intuitive of the zodiac, and all the other signs don't start flaming me, but it is said that you still want to in some way put your spin on the story. You will have room for negotiation there, and when it happens and when your jaw is dropped and you don't know how to react, think of what you want in that interaction. That's really, really important. So now I'll pick these cards up and we'll move on down the line, hoping that I don't mess up. But I know that before Pisces, there's Aquarius. So let me get ready for Aquarius. Hello, everybody. Those of you who have entered the room after I started and I didn't get a chance to say hello, I'll be, after I push that buttons, when I end the stream, I'll be reading and sending you messages. You can write under the video, actually. So now let's look at Aquarius. What is Aquarius? And I'll put down a, if I have time, I sure should have time, the timestamps under the video. Mine should be the first message you see. All right, Aquarius. One more time for Aquarius. What is in store for you for this lunar eclipse, the second half of July? Let me take a look here. How am I doing? Okay, I'm seeing, I just want to take a look, see if I'm not going overboard and give everybody the same time. Okay, so look what we have. What we have. Aquarius. We have the High Priest. Then we have the King of Pentacles. Then we have the Queen of Cups. Then we have the Knight of Wands. There are a lot of people here, Aquarius. And this Chariot again. You too are going places. You are going places in a dimension that is not your normal area of concern, is in an area where you are not normally dancing in an upper dimension. And I'll give you an example, Aquarius, and you let me know if this resonates, because you have been not stalking, but almost for about the last 3-4 years, a certain person. You have them on your radar. You've got them on your radar. They may not be available. They may not have been available, but you're starting to see some leaks in their Facebook, Instagram, where they may be moving away from their normal, relationship, their family life, whatever. You get your hopes up. And you have been getting your hopes up for so long. Writing to this person, not being able to have any exchange because they don't interact. And so you left it. Then in this lunar eclipse period, what happens to you? You no longer leave them on the shelf, but you tend to want to communicate with them on a different level, on an upper echelon, in an upper dimension, in an upper time dimension, where you know that they can contact you. You know that they are communicating with you, and you know that they feel what you are thinking. This is going to happen to you, Aquarius. And not only, the key here is going places, because when you put enough of that energy in a certain realm and in a certain way, it happens. Things start moving. Things start moving. Now we've got these three. Who are these people? Who are these people, Aquarius? Look, Aquarius is an air sign. Okay, we don't have air in the reading here. We don't have the air sign in the reading here. But we do have earth signs. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Around you, we have water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and we have fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Think about these people in your life. Who could they be? Are they relatives? Are they the wife of that person that I'm interested in? Is it the husband of that person that I'm interested in? Who is that person? What I'm going to look at now is, first of all, the Queen of Cups, that water sign, to see exactly who that is. Well, this is our focus. And this is the lady and the man of the hour. Happiness in the heart. Allegrezza al cuore. Leggerezza, lightness of being. Sex. Then we have la donna maritata, the married woman who is like our Gran Signore, the most important person for you in this moment. Let's look at these earth signs and the fire signs who are populating your days and what they cause for you and who, what is their business with you during this time. We're going to the King of Cups, the King of Wands. And we've got the King of Wands. And what do we have here? Domestico, the house domestic, and he is not such a character, he's not the best character in the deck here. He's hiding things. Look at that, hiding things under that cloak. And then we've got pensiero, thoughts. And then Imeneo, which is the nuptial dance, which is the actual intimacy card, which is the coming together. This person, this Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn person, this earth sign, is a person who also has their eye on you and who you may have danced around, but you don't love them. You aren't, that is not your gran signore, that is not your gran dame or donna maritata, no. The fire signs here, let me take something to drink. Fire sign, fire sign, fire sign. Fire signs. What are they? Oh, well, here we go. Deliranti, the delirious people. Then we've got fortuna, fortune. And then we've got la donna vecchia, la vecchia signora, who is the old lady who speaks to positive change. The fire signs I'm seeing this as a part of your tribe, your family, your roots. This is your root level, tribe, parents, sisters, brothers, people, friends who are so close, who have your best interests in mind, and you have actually fought with because you don't agree with them. You gave a little secret. You gave a little away from what your interest is in certain people, and they rained on your parade. Those relationships are going to improve with those people. Let's take, again, some runes, and I've got a motley bunch here. Here again, Pisces, I see Aquarius, Aquarius. I have keynotes, and keynotes is merkstave, meaning that you're not as keen, let me use that word, you're not as keen, your insights are not attuned to what's happening around you, so you may miss a couple of things. I've got here AWATS, and AWATS does tell you, just like the Chariot, get on the move, keep going. This is a rune that tells you, it's a journeying rune. You have to journey inside and outwards and upwards. This is the key. Go to those upper levels, dimensional levels. There is a give and take, Gifu. If you're able to reach those upper dimensions, Aquarius, it will be one happy communication. This is Ingvats, and Ingvats tells you there's a certain amount of success in being able to reach those other time dimensions that you didn't consider in the past. Now, there are two runes here that are a pain in the ass, the way they came out. One is Wunyo, and it's merkstave. Wunyo's telling you it's not going to be a piece of cake. You're going to be sad for this period, because you don't see any leeway until you break through and you think of those other time dimensions. And Lagos merkstave, telling you it's not a piece of cake. It's going to be difficult. So be ready to be sad. Then we've got need. And in the end, need tells you, Aquarius, okay, you've got to do the work. You've got to do the work. If this doesn't work, if this doesn't work, if this doesn't work, if this doesn't work, then you try another dimension, because that is where it's at for you, Aquarius, in the lunar eclipse period, second half of July. All right, now it's time to go to my beloved Capricorn. Capricorn, all you Cappies out there, as you call yourselves, all you Cappies. Excuse me. What do I have in there? I've got mineral water. Mineral water. It's too early in the day. Mineral water, my favorite mineral water. All right, now Capricorn, what is in store for you for this second half of July and this lunar eclipse? What is in store for you? What is in store for you? All right, let's take a look. Ooh. You can't imagine. We've got the star right next to that. That's a major arcana. Right next to that, we have the Lovers, second major arcana. The third major arcana, Focus, the Moon, La Luna. Finally, a normal minor arcana, the Three of Cups. And the last major arcana here is the High Priestess. The High Priestess, 4 out of 5, and they are major players here. And the fact that the Moon card came out is not by chance. This tells you, Capricorn, you are in for a roller coaster ride. And it will be fun. You'll be celebrating. You've been waiting for this for a long time. Now, it could happen at any level. It could happen in the level of taking a decision that you've put off for a while, taking this decision that finally you want to do this instead of that. This is a success, and that is worth celebrating. Now, I'm going to take some the Vera Sibilla cards and go right to the Moon. We've got a card that has fallen. We've got a card that has fallen, and it is Consolante Sorpresa. This is the consoling surprise. The consoling surprise talks about when you get a little fresh air, a little breather, something changes. Then we've got the Gran Signore. This is the great person in your life, this great man or woman who's in your life. And then Costanza, Our Lady Constance. Okay, what am I going to say to you? I'm going to say it, listen, and you can quote me on this. There was a person who has been around for at least a year, if not 5, in your life or more, who you have been, but they have the role now to make it possible for you to get from one day to the next, even just communicating with them. Okay, so let me give you an example. They may be away, they may be far away, and they may not be close enough to see, but still the idea that they communicate with you is so important for you. It's so important for you. It'll get you through your waking, every hours of the waking day. I'm going now to Capricorn. I'm going to this High Priestess, because the High Priestess, like the Moon, actually, the High Priestess is also the same card that hides things, things that are hidden from you, that you may not want to see. There is no blinder person than he or she who does not want to see. Fortuna. This is telling you, Capricorn, the lunar eclipse is your time. Then we have Sospiri, sighing, finally coming in. That boat is coming in for you. And Pena, at the cost, if you miss that boat, the thief, Ladro, who speaks to negative change. If you don't take the opportunity, I'm going to be choked by my own necklace. If you don't take the opportunity of jumping on that train now, there's going to be negative consequences for you. That is what the cards are telling you. So let me just take some more Vera Sibilla out for you. And I'm going to the Lover's card, because I want to see if that is a decision or if it is actually the coming together, because the Lover's card does imply a decision. Well, it's a decision, looks like, that you don't want to make. Casa, house, could be work as well. This is the gifts, pietra preziosa, and this is dispiacere, the tears. Now, there is a decision here for you concerning work. Many of you who have opened a business perhaps that have seen that this is not the right time and you just think that was a mistake, time to make the decision. Now. Last are the star, is the star for you, Capricorn. Let's see what that star is. And star announces, the future, beautiful future for love for you. L'amante, the lover here. We've got La Giovane Fanciulla, who is the virgin of the deck. She talks of a new love with an old person or a new person. I'm seeing it with an older person, but it will be burgeoning, it will be birthing, it will be coming up roses in the future. I'm going to take these, okay, the runes. All right, we have Algiz, which is the hue tree, talks about being protected in the full moon, the full moon period. Yes, it's the eclipse, it's the lunar eclipse at the full moon. And there is Lagus is Merkstave and tells you that if you're not able to see and you don't want to see, that is going to be your major impediment, because interacting with that person, just like I said, for Aquarius, is going to enrich you and bring you the success that you desired, that you have even hidden from yourself. You've hidden from yourself, Capricorn, so far. All right, now let's go on to the next. And our next is Sagittarius. Sagittarius. It's going to be a long hold. Hang on there. I will try to get to the end gracefully and give everybody their time equally. All right, Capricorn, Sagittarius. So we did Pisces, we did Aquarius, we did Capricorn, and now it's Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Very, very interesting. We've got the Hanged Man. We have the Hanged Man is a major arcana. We have the Empress, major arcana. We've got here the Eight of Cups, which is our focus. We've got major arcana, the High Priestess, and we've got major arcana, the minor arcana, Page of Coins, the Page of Coins. What is happening to you, Sagittarius, in this period, starting, I would dare say, today? But I'm reading here, it's today, it's the 14th, could be the 15th in other areas of the world, but I'm seeing it here as starting right under that moon, the 15th, 14th for you. You have decided, let's say you took a trip around the world, you just got home today, and you thought, I will never go on such a long trip without my family again. I miss them so much. So there's a decision that implies you changing your way of looking at certain things. There where you used to love travel, but you can't take it without somebody by your side, and you're going to incorporate them as part of your business travel. That's an example. But I also see here as a very extremely positive influence is the family, and the love that you derive from that and give to them is a very creative element, because they spur your creative juices. And without them, it's impossible for you to in this period of time, to do well. You're going to get, some of you are going to get a raise. In these precise 2 weeks, you're going to be catching wind. If it doesn't come out by the end of July, they will give you the announcement. Look, you were targeted for. We, flagged you as a possible person for, the moving up in your career, or we're going to give you the bonus that you want, or we're going to give you the raise that you want. I'm going to now look, Sagittarius, at this 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups, because the 8 of Cups is a funny kind of card. The 8 of Cups talks about, you know, we're sort of contained and you know, locked into this Rider-Waite meanings. And typically the 8 of Cups is when somebody turns and they're walking away, you know, they're walking away from love. But I'm not seeing it as that. Here I have casa, house. I have stanza, the room. This is communication coming up very, very soon. And we have this damn domestico, the house domestic, who is a figure when it's linked to the house as being things that may not be going so well, perhaps because of that long trip that you took. Or please don't ever go again. If you ever go again, that's going to be kaput. We're getting divorced, you know. But here I have the communication in this second half of July as communication talking to you about the importance of keeping things together, trying to find a formula that will work for you, Sagittarius, to keep things together, not only for the love of just keeping them together, because you want them to be able to help you with your needs, all right? Then I've got here this, again, the High Priestess who hides things. I'm going to go right to her. La, 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 la. We've got littera, the letter. Then we've got the malinconia, melancholy. And then we have the gran consolazione. And this tells you that what you were not able to see when you were away, or when you were working too hard, or when you were doing something and then life just passed you up, is now going to be making a debut in this lunar eclipse period, because you're going to talk and clarify those issues. And what's going to come out is gran consolazione, the great abundance that you really, truly desire. Sagittarius, let's take some runes. And I've got, what does she have? All right. There are 2 runes. They're saying the same things. One is Awats, and it's Merkstave, as you can see. The other is Rido, and it's Merkstave, as you can see. They're telling you, don't take any long trips anymore. You have to stay home. Stay close to the tribe. That's really important. Why? Because it's a karmic need for you. You need to be close to your tribe. If you think back, Sagittarians, when you were younger, perhaps, even I'm talking 12, 13, 14 years old, or even 18, 19, or when you just first decided, when you first started coming close to the opposite sex or the same sex or sex period and love, and when you started to get more independent, think of how you felt in terms of not being able to communicate this to your family, to your immediate family, brothers, sisters, siblings, parents, and how the effect that had on you. And this is a karmic need, being able to be close to your roots in order for you to understand certain things that happen to you. It is like need, tells us the rune, that it is a karmic need. I hope this was of help, guys. Now I'm going to put these cards that were Sagittarian cards, and I'm going to take the do a reading for none other than Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, where art thou, Scorpio? Scorpio, Scorpio, where art thou? Come and visit me. Scorpio, come and visit me while I speak so you can see firsthand what's in store for you. Scorpio, all you Scorpios out there. All you Scorpios out there, let me concentrate on what is going on for you with this lunar eclipse. What is going on for you with this lunar eclipse? What is going on for you with this lunar eclipse? Okay. 2 cards flying out together. Well, we've got Sometimes things are very interesting. The Two of Wands, and it starts with some very interesting things. Six of Swords, the 10 of Coins, the 9 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. Now, I'm going to, remove all of the doubts in relation to that 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups to me is not boredom. 4 of Cups is not, sadness and boredom with what? No. It does have a meaning that's referring to your actual situation and how there is a dissatisfied nature to your actual emotional situation. Yes, that is true, Scorpio. We've got this Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands here talks to me in relation. They're mirroring each other now, these cards. It's telling me that you understand that the communication with a very important person for you, a very important person in your life, needs to be stepped up, needs to be improved. The quality needs to improve. It has to be more profound in depth so you both understand each other. Now, if I'm following the area of mirroring, cards mirroring each other, I've got these two cards mirroring each other, Six of Swords, going toward the desire of going towards, of wanting to go towards a better place with a very important partner, a spiritual soulmate, flame that is very dear to your heart. So much so is that you literally are fearful that if you don't act and you don't create the change, that it's not going to go, that it's going to end. And this is a big, big fear that you have in this lunar eclipse period. But we have the focus, this abundant 10 of Coins. And that's not going to happen because you're going to step up and bat. I used to play softball as a little girl. And I was shortstop. Well, I was shortstop, first base, and that's about it. Shortstop and first base. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to this, Scorpio friends, to this 10 of Coins. 10 of Coins. And the 10 of Coins talks about lettera, communication. It talks about ladro, the thief, and it talks about love. When you get something like this, to clarify the 10 of Coins, it's telling you, look, Scorpio, if you don't communicate with that significant other, it ain't going to happen. This abundance, spiritual abundance, is not going to happen. And the cards are funny, the way that they communicate and stepping on things. The cards are funny here, the way they're communicate. They give you, it's like the carrot and the stick. If you do this, you get that. If you don't do this, you get that, So they're telling me that they're giving you a sort of view of the beautiful picture that can occur. And then a picture of the negative side to that, the portrait of Dorian Gray, that picture when they get old, there's this beautiful man and then there's this very old, ugly person in the mirror. And so there are two sides to your soul, Scorpio, here. I'm going to take a few cards and clarify what this actual, these nightmares that you have. What are those greatest fears that you have in relation to this situation with this person? What is it that you fear the most? Yeah. We've got Our Lady Constance. This is not something that is new for this solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse. This has been always on your mind since you've ever met them, actually. And that is Our Lady's Constance, Costanza. Then we've got here Amalato, the ill one. And we've got a Donna Maritata. This is like the Grand Dame, the Gran Signore. This is the most important person in your life. You've always feared losing them because of your screwed up quirkiness sometimes. That's what your fear is, that you will mess it up, okay? But fear not, because they're telling you the communication needs to be kept up, and it is the communication that, let's look at that will save the day. Let's look at this Four of Cups that we tarot readers don't see eye to eye on. We've got leggerezza, lightness. This is sex. Then we've got the Gran Signore, and that is the great man. And together with her, this is a couple here. And then we've got Belvedere, looking out. This definitely is telling you that this is the birth, this new lunar eclipse period. And remember, spilling over into a bit of August is when you two will inevitably, and you both will see, there's a qualitative jump to, one of my lights just passed out, but that's okay. I think you could still see me. Inevitably, there's a quality that is making you, a quality in the universe that is making you come together, and you will notice the difference. You will notice the difference. Just let me shift a little bit with these cameras. Hold on. I did. You know when you want to do something and then everything just messes up? Well, I did it. I did mess up things. Okay, but have no fear. I am here. All right, so Scorpio, that didn't help that much, but all right. So now these cards are telling you, Scorpio, that there is fear, and we got that. That is, there is fear. Let me turn on another light here. That may help a little bit. Yeah, it does help a little bit. There is fear, and the fear is basically you not being able to see each other, you not being able to be together, and because of your own fault, and that's what worries you the most. Let me take the runes here. And the runes are, Lagas, bright stave. It will be smooth sailing no matter what. Anzus, bright stave. Communication, ole. Communication, ole. That is the key. That is the key. That's the fundamental, serious nature of the two parties coming together, because, Otala, that's going to be the key to your future. Scorpio, communicate. All right, I'm putting this away and trying to recharge something for you. Just a second. Just a minute. She will be there in a second. Okay. She will be there in a second. All right. I had to put some. Unfortunately, everything works with electricity in this world, except my necklace doesn't. All right. So now we're going from Scorpio. We're going to Libra. Finally, Libra's thinking, oh, Libra, when is it going to be my turn? Well, we're here. We are here. Libra, what's in store for you in the second half of July? What's in store for you in the second half of July, Libra? What's in store for you the second half of July, Libra? Oh, you watch me that I mix the cards. You see that. And what do we have? First card out, the Nine of Swords, this nightmarish fear. This is fear. Then we've got the Five of Cups here too, the Five of Cups. Libra, fear of, well, let me take them out first before I put my foot in my mouth. Then we've got the King of Swords. King of Swords, there you are, right there, Libra. There you are, this air sign. And then we've got the Six of Cups. Oh, the Six of Cups. And then we've got the King of Pentacles. All right, now, look at this. First of all, we come into the period. We come into the period, the full moon, actually, the full moon period, as being very much afraid of what? Afraid of being too slow in understanding that you should take action and that you are not taking action. There is a bit of a challenge here, Libra, for you. And the challenge is being yourself, first of all, and being quicker than you are in this period of time. Quicker than you are in this period of time. You are interested in having another person come back into your life. You're waiting, you're expecting, you're hoping. Now, this can take on two different meanings. First of all, one of the meanings is that a person from a past life that you have never met will be coming, or a person from this life that you have already been with and want to see again. So first of all, I'm going to go right to that Six of Cups and see what that is all about, Libra. Okay. Now listen, look at how interesting these cards are. We've got the house domestic, and usually I'll say, oh no, this is a slimy person hiding things, but we've got Bambino, the child, and then we've got the housemaid. So we've got the housemaid and the house domestic working together for a new beginning. Okay. They're favoring the coming together of a new beginning with that person. Very interesting. Very interesting. Now I'm going to this Five of Cups. Libra, the Five of Cups, and see what exactly is the case here. What's the problem with this Five of Cups? Why does the fear of why are you afraid of messing it up? All right, we've got Viaggio, this movement card, and then we've got the Imeneo, the nuptial dance, and then Lettera. And these are telling you, look, don't cry over spilt milk, Libra. Don't. It's just not worth your while. Why? Because if you're able to walk toward, do something, there's an area where when we're blocked from communication, our significant other, the person that we're interested, just blocks us, blocks our phone, blocks our things, blocks everything. You can't communicate. And a big plus is being able to communicate. There are many different ways of communicating. One is, the most important, is our thoughts and the energy of our thoughts. And they are even more powerful than a text message or a Facebook message. And I see that the cards are telling you precisely that. It is your area, exclusive area, where only they will be able to communicate with you and hear you. I'm going to look at this Nine of Swords, and what is that most, to see a clarification. Yeah, okay, look. It's true, you do have this significant person, this person that is very important to you, either on the job, in a partnership, in a romantic relationship. Okay. If it is in a partnership and a romantic relationship, what do I see? I've got disgrazia, the house on fire, the disgrace, costanza, constance, and the butterfly. This is Legerezza, the lightness of being. And here we have the greatest fear is not being able to touch them again, not being able to actually be with them, not being able to have that emotional, passionate, it is the passionate pull with them. And that is your greatest fear. I'm going to take a look at this, at you, the King of Swords, and see what that is telling me. And I've got here Amica, the friend who speaks to harmony, and La Vecchia Signora, the old lady who speaks to positive change, and the lies. Here we have the idea that you do have a little, you have a little sin, who's not guilty, throw the first stone or something like that. You have things that you could, you're not very happy about, that you've worked on in the past, but those changes, they're in the past. Those are in the past. They are changing. They are going to change, Libra. And let's take a look at what the runes can add to that. All right. Okay. I've got two journeying rooms, bright stave this time. I've got Rido here and Awats, and they are both telling you, you need to go forward. You need to go forward because this Bjork Berkana bright stave is the beginning of a new phase with that person. And not only is there a deep need for you to go on, but it's not only relegated to this period of 2 weeks, Libra, because it is going to continue in the future. And your change, your demeanor, the way your perspective in terms of the relationship with that person is going to change. And it will slowly in the future as well. You need to keep that up, Libra, because otherwise it's not going to be a relationship, period. It's not going to be a relationship at all. Now, Libra, I hope this was of help. We're going down to, from Libra, we're going to Virgo. So let's see. Virgo. And I think that would be the half, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Libra. That was 6. I think we have 6 left. I'm not sure. This is Virgo, the first. And let's see how am I with all of, yes, it looks like I'm doing okay on the timing for each of the signs, so I'm not short-cutting anyone or short-changing anyone. All right, let's go down to Virgo. Virgo. Oh, let's go up to Virgo. Virgo. What is in store for you in this lunar eclipse? What is in store for you in the lunar eclipse period? What's in store for you in the lunar eclipse period? Let me show me what's in store for all of you Virgos out there in this lunar eclipse period. La Luna, the moon, the 10 of coins, the 8 of cups, the 2 of swords, and you can see that 2 of swords. Look at that Luna in the back, the moon in the background. She is blinded. Interesting. She has a blindfold. Then we've got the star. But look, Virgo, there's a very interesting energy in this lunar eclipse period that you are dealing with, and it's very mysterious. Why do I say it's very mysterious? Because you're not sure whether you want to deal with it or not. The jury is still out, Virgo, in terms of you wanting to face what energetically is coming your way. Now, let's do first things first and clarify these things. First of all, I'm going to go to La Luna. I'm going to go to the moon and see what that is and why it's right in the first position for you. All right, that's why you're not sure, because we've got the Namika, the bitch, could be a male as well. And this is a sospiri, sighing, sospiri. And then the lettera, the letter, what is coming? You are going to be communicated from someone in the past that you did not have a good relationship with, or it ended abruptly and you would have liked for it to go on. You moved away from it. You healed from that relationship and you put a tombstone on it. And now what happens? This person shows up again. This person just pops up. And you remember that pain. You really remember that pain. But you also remember such a beautiful relationship and such wonderful, and in Italian we say trasporto, we were both on this passionate level and we communicated in so many different ways. You remember that, but you also remember having come away with a bitter taste in your mouth. I'm going to look at that, what that was all about with these Sibilla cards. Virgo. We've got lettera, the letter. Lettera. We have di domestico. And then we've got sadness. We've got the sadness. We've got the ammalato, the ill one. And this is why you've put it on the shelf. You've got rid of it. Why? Because the communication ended. The communication stopped on the part of the other person. And that was the cause of your pain. Let's look at this two of swords, and why that's here, and it's come out on the same level as the moon card, the Luna card. And we've got here, the decision is yours, really. We have melancholy. You do look back. And you have looked back on them. Every person that you've met in the intro, up until now, you have always thought about them. They were the benchmark for you. Then we have prigione, the prison. And then we have the death card, morte. And these cards tell you that no matter how much you tried, Virgo, you put them out of your mind, you close them, like I said, a tombstone on that relationship. There still is, and there still are the remnants of what that person meant. And you now are in a position to take the decision of whether you want to open that door. I have here, remember, the star. And the star tells me that you will be guided. You have guidance. You just need to tune into that guidance. Let's take a look at the runes here. And I've got la. All right, there are two runes that have come out like this. We have Fehu and we Tir. Tir tells you that success is yours through suitable communication with that person. The last two runes are Thurisats and Need. This talks of, it's underscoring the importance of communication, Virgo. Come on. All right, that's what it's saying. It's underscoring the importance of communication. You cannot not communicate with that person. It will condition the rest of your waking hours and the rest of your days. Let's remember that. Okay, who is that? Okay, Virgo, I hope that was of help to you. Now, let's pull these cards up again. Let me fill my water here, just so I don't shrivel up and stop talking and get a raspy throat. And let's start looking into what is in store for Leo. What's in store for Leo? Can somebody tell me can you write in the chat if I have done everyone up until Leo? Is it, and did I progress well enough? Just tell me if I did the right thing so far, and it's now Leo's turn. And then we have Leo, Cancer, Gemini, Leo. This is Leo. Then we have Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, and Aries. And the high sign is caps have been done. Caps have been done. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Caps have been done before. So after I close the session, after I upload it, you'll see, and then I'll be putting up the timestamps. So we are with Leo. Leo, we're coming up to your birthday period. We're coming up to your birthday period. And what I found as a reader is that the birthday periods are always so important for, both positively and negatively. And we need to be prepared for them. Very, very important to be prepared for them. Very, very important. Very, very important. Leo. Let's take a look at what is in store for you for this lunar eclipse period. The moon, I tell you, that moon is making a serious apparition all the time. We've got La Luna in the first position, the moon. Then we have the Three of Wands, the Three of Wands. We've got the Nine of Wands. And we've got the Lover's card, Leo. And we've got the Seven of Swords. Now, look, Leo, basically, I'm seeing that this period is a transitory phase. It's as if it were a rite of passage. You're going through this period where you feel your energies being pulled left and right. You can't seem to make a right decision. Somebody will get mad. The other's not talking to you. No, you can't make everybody happy. Okay, so just bear that in mind. And it seems that you're trying, and the more you try, the worse it gets. And you feel like you have a lot on your plate in terms of work, in terms of making the family happy, in terms of all you could think about. For those of you who are nearing the pension age, I need to stop working. Even if you're 30 years old, I can't take this job. You just want to leave. On the workplace, it is hell. Okay, this is what you're thinking. It is not a safe haven. You're not going there. It doesn't relieve you of the difficulties that you feel. You are solicitado. You are requested urgently from everyone in all directions. This is what I'm getting. Now, there is, though, a small area, Leo. There's a small space that you're not seeing. Okay, there is a small place of respite, a small place where you will be able to take a deep breath and relax. And know that that's the beginning of a firm foundation for you in the future. You have to play your cards right, Leo, because if you're not strong enough, you will still be pulled down by all of these energies that you're feeling are just ripping you apart. And at one point, you're going to say to yourself, okay, damn it, I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to create me time, downtime. I want to make the decision. I'm going to cut off some people. I'm just not going to respond. I'm not going to be everybody's mother. I'm not going to be, cover for everybody at work. I'm not going to be the lover of the lover of the lover. I'm not going to be the person who sits there waiting. You just want to be yourself. I'm going to take this 3 Sibilla cards on this moon, La Luna, and look, we've got L'Amante, the lover, Disgrazia, house on fire, and at the same time, Alegria, happiness. Now, what do they tell you? They're telling you that the most important thing for you in this 2-week period, hands down, is love. But to get there, you're not making everybody happy at the same time. You don't. It seems like you're trying to get there, but then you can't. You're trying to get there and you can't. And, you're trying to respond to them and you just can't, because then something else comes. And so what is hidden from you are all of those energies that seem to want to draw something away from you. Now, the Nine of Wands here, the most difficult burdens in this period for you, Leo. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, okay, and it does look like, all right, this is the Doctor Dottore. This is the Gran Consolazione, the Great Consolation, and this is Belvedere. What is the area of most concern is your economic situation and how you feel you've gone in and you're up over your head with either debt or commitments and responsibilities, economic responsibilities. That is what is worrying you in this period. But the Belvedere card tells us they will dissipate, evaporate. They're going to evaporate. Finished with this lunar eclipse, they will evaporate. Then I have this six of the major arcana, the Lover's card. I want to take a look at that. Just take a look at that. The tarot telling you where to get respite. They're telling you where to go to have relaxation. We've got leggerezza. Relax with sex. So Speedy, they will give you a sigh. That will give you a sigh of relief. Your thoughts will still be there. So don't think that that little, that horizontal dance is going to change everything for you, but it will give you respite. Your thoughts will still be there. All right, Leo, let's take some runes and see what they have. Ay, 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 ay. In a good sense. In a good sense. In a good sensa. In a good sensa. All right. There are two opposing energies in this, like we said, positive, negative, negative when we were talking about this, go good and bad, going towards our emotions, high, low. But feel assured, rest assured that we have Sohilo, and Sohilo does talk about you coming out ahead at the end of the 2-week period. So that's one. And you're doing it your way. You're still a little stubborn, but it doesn't matter. You're the only one you can trust. This is what you feel. Joy will be yours at some time during this 2-week period, but it will take a lot of work on your part. And not always will you feel that you are reaching the epitome of joy, because the fear sets in. Urus tells you that's okay. Like you, think of all of the other Leos, they're going through the same thing. You're going to have to go through it. And Kinatsis, Merkstaven, you will not understand. Sometimes you're going to pray to the heavens. You're going to be there praying and thinking, what? Somebody help me, something. I need a sign. But this 2-week period, Leo, serves as a sort of lesson for you to understand what your priorities are. And so let's take it that way, as a positive 2-week period, even though it will be rough for you, Leo. All right, I hope this was of help to you, Leo. Now let's go to Cancer. We're going to Cancer. I'm going to shut my little box here, this rune thing, because or else they're going to fall out. Cancer. We're slowly coming to the end. Have patience. No? Is it Cancer? Yes, it is Cancer. It is Cancer. So everything is so far so good. Let's see what's in store for Cancer. Cancer, I have finally come to you. Finally come to you. Cancer. It's going to be a long video because of the little glitches that I had, lighting and all of that garbage. All right, let's see if I can get to Cancer. Cancer for the lunar eclipse period, this last 2 weeks in July. Let's see, Cancer. Ah, nice. Yeah! All right, we've got the Sun. We've got the High Priest. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. We've got We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the 10 of Cups. And then we have this 5 of Cups. Now look, Cancer. You come into this period with a bang. Why? Because you're making plans. You're making plans, and you know that in this next 2-week period is when you're going to be with, let me turn this light a little bit up. You're going to be with the family, and that is something that is really, really important to you. Now I don't mean family in a general sense. I mean the family which perhaps is far from you, who lives far from you. Finally, this is a period you're going to be with them. And it's a period of change. It's a period where you start seeing things differently, and you're not as pessimistic as you were in the past, Cancer. Very, very nice. You're this emperor here. I might have said the high priest, but this is the emperor. Sorry, I might have made a mistake. So we have the sun and the emperor. This emperor, because I'm looking at him, when I turn it over there, I see something else, perhaps. The emperor here tells me that you are in command. It looks as though people who are coming to you, whether you're a male or a female, your tribe is coming back to you. And in this 2-week period is when you're going to be able to, bring the loose ends together. Maybe there are family members who don't see eye to eye. Well, you're going to make them see eye to eye. You're going to be the ago de la bilancia. You're going to be the peacemaker. You're going to be the mediator. You're going to make those people find harmony again. Now, there is this card of the 5 of Cups where, you do start, this usually talks about crying over spilt milk. Let's look at that right away. Cancer. Okay. And this is happiness in the heart. And this is the dottore, and this is the gran signore. It looks like to me that you have come very far from a moment where you were crying over spilt milk. But that's not happening again precisely because your tribe is coming back. Even that significant other is going to be back to you. Maybe you are no longer with, all right, I'm losing the light here. I'm hoping there. Every now and then my light is so dark. Because you were in a moment when you may have lost a loved one in terms of splitting up, divorcing, finishing the relationship, but they are coming back. Maybe they're your ex and you have children together. Maybe they're your ex and you have friends together, but the tribe is reuniting and they're coming to you, which is a very important moment for you because home, Cancer, home is where your heart is, and your heart is at home. I'm going to look at this 2 of coins and see what are the changes that are going to be made. Yeah, okay. This is the donna maritada, the housewife or the mother, the grand dame, the person who's very important to you, could be male or female. And denaro, this is the safe. You were linked to this person romantically and with a bond. It could have been a marriage. And here I'm looking at the militare, the military, and you are going to, this is the decision, this is the choice, this is what you're going to change. All of the negativity surrounding what you feel about this person and you're crying over spilt milk, you're going to keep it to yourself. And that is going to improve the harmony in the family life and in your tribe. I'd like to take a look at this sun, the first incoming card. Yeah, we have more. We have happiness, alegría. We've got consolante sorpresa, consoling surprise. And we've got nemica, the female enemy, could be a male enemy. And that enemy is turning into a very powerful ally for you. Because if you have not talked to the ex for such a long time, now is the time when they are going to be more benevolent towards you. Cancer. Now I'm going to take some runes for you. And look at what we've got. Look at what we've got. Look at what we have. Beautiful runes. There's a give and take, a very special give and take with you and this person. The ex could be a person who's no longer in your life. For some of you, you will be coming back together, actually. There is a once telling you to go forward and not backward with your thoughts. Get rid of the melancholy, the nostalgia, which makes us look back, because we're going forward every day. Is the first day of the rest of your life, even in terms of that ex. Then we have Björk Berkana, a new energy is arising between you two. And it's a karmic phase. You will find that it's happening now, and it will happen again in the future for you with that same person. This person is not leaving your life, or your thoughts for that matter. And Cancer, you bet on this person. It went sour, much to your regret and perhaps to your wrongdoing, but they're there to stay. You're not losing a person. They're coming round again. I do hope this was of help to you, Cancer friends. Now I'm going to drink a little bit more water. See if nothing. No, I'm just going to do with this light, and that's it, because or else I'll mess up. I'm afraid of messing up. Let's go to Gemini. Gemini. This is a long stream. Gemini. Thank you for your patience and waiting for this Gemini reading to come up. Let's see what is in store for you. For one card is falling out. I'll keep that out, and that is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands. I'm going to keep that out in relation to the other cards that I'm still going to take out 5 other cards, though. That wanted to come out. All right, we've got some news coming in. That is true. We've got some news coming in. Let's see. We've got some more wands. Here we go. We've got the Ace of Wands. We've got the 5 of Swords. We have our focus as the Knight of Coins. We've got the 2 of Swords. And we've got the Page of Cups. There is a lot going on here, Gemini. A lot going on. And whereas in another sign I said you're pulled with so many energies. No, you've got this focus, this tremendous, Gemini, tremendous focus on what you want. And now is the time to strategize. You're strategizing in moving forward one foot after another, because you understand what has not worked for you. You understand that there were certain things that you did that didn't work for you, whatever your desire and whatever your aims and your objectives may be. And you're ready to change. And the change is going to karmically turn to your favor. But the key, this fell out right of the deck. The key is action, taking action. And this is compounded by our Ace of Wands. 5 of Swords. Do I have to say it? Look, the 5 of Swords, Gemini, were those regrets that have held you back. But they are also the energy. It's also part of the energy that is going to make you take a decision now. Now, I'm going to take a look at that 5 of Swords. First of all, Gemini. First of all, let's take a look at that 5 of Swords. Let's take a look at that 5 of Swords. All right, Costanza, that 5 of Swords, it is still stuck in the, the meanderings of your soul. That I regrets. Oh, mea culpa, it's my fault. Regrets. We need to rid them. They get them out in the open. Talk about them. This is the domestic. Then we've got malinconia. This is energy from the past. These are regrets from the past. The tarot are telling you to take a stand now and change radically what you, I'm going to go to that right now, Gemini. The Two of Swords. The Two of Swords. Let's see, what is that referring to? It's referring to a couple. It's referring to a coming together that didn't come together. It split apart. And this female energy, strong, donna maritata, this very important person, the significant other, and the death card, morte. And the decision has to do with how to come from this to this once again. And once you take that decision, remember, karmically, you are rewarded. The key is here, taking the decision and being rewarded. Whew. So powerful and so clear, so clear. Gemini. Yes, I do see Manats is Merkstave. I don't see you together in coming into this period. I see this as part of those regrets. But know that Alchits is there. You are protected. The universe does have your back. They can allow you, the energy of the universe tells you, you now can truly be yourself. Don't second guess anybody. Just do what you want. 30 Cents Merkstave tells me that you have to do that and that you will not be ready intuitively because you're going to feel like the energy has, the universe has abandoned you. You know, you'll be sitting there, I need help. The trust will bring that back. Remember, the action brings to the karmic reward. Gemini. I hope that was of help. That was such a clear message. Jeez. All right, now that was Gemini. Was that Gemini? Yes, that was Gemini. Now we're going to Taurus, my Taurus friends, my Taurus. Lovely Taurus. Lovely souls, Taurus. Let's see, Taurus. What is in store for you with this lunar eclipse, this such difficult Taurus period? Lunar eclipse, for everyone it's difficult. Let's take a look. Aries friends, don't worry, I'm getting there. Let's look. Taurus. Whoa. Whew. We've got the Two of Cups. That is the Two of Cups. You see it, right? You see it's the Two of Cups. Then we've got the Six of Coins right next to that. Then we've got the Knight of Wands as our focus. Then we have the Empress. And then we've got the Tower. Now, that's 2 major arcana out of 5. I'm going to take from under the deck a card to clarify the Tower. And I've got the Chariot. There's going to be an about face. A radical change, something that could be similar to all of a sudden quitting your job when you don't have money put away, or leaving a relationship that you were supposed to get married, you leave them at the, on the altar. You're changed, radically changed, but it's needed now. It's really needed now. Moving house, all of a sudden on the whim, you're thinking, we got to get out of this house. We've got to get a better place, something that's more suited to us. You're thinking, Taurus. I'm going to take a look, first of all, at this Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands. And why is it there, this Knight of Wands? Let's take a look. All right, we've got the Lover, amante. We've got jealousy, and we've got love. All right. There are 2 levels of reading here. There's 2 levels here. This has to do with a significant other for the most part. But for those of you who don't have a significant other, this has to do with a work situation that you are no longer tolerating. You have been sitting there and sitting there and sitting there and watching these people move forward. You haven't been moving forward, and they're making more money and you're not making more money. And you're thinking that's enough. You put your foot down. You ask for a raise. You ask for a promotion. And you give them an out situation. If I don't get a raise by next month, I'm leaving. You really take matters in your hand. In terms of love, there is a little bit of problem in those heavens. There's a few issues there. Let's say that you are the victim of that green-eyed monster jealousy or sadness because someone has come back from the past in the lives of your significant other. Could be just a simple friend, but they knew, that they were important to them, and you are, churning. We're only humans, and so it's coming out, and you feel so terrible, right? That is what that Knight of Wands is talking about. I'm going now to the Empress, the Empress energy, this creative energy, riunione, the meeting. Gran Signore, the great person in your life, that big significant other, protector, and bambino. Now, in this reading, Taurus, there is no doubt that the actual relationship that you are in, that you have, is the most important relationship probably in this lifetime. It doesn't look like there's going to be a change in that. They're going to be difficult days, very difficult days, because of your nature, not because of their trust in you, not because of the way they act, but the way you're seeing them, Taurus. And so beware of that. And this is in the future to come, but this is a very important relationship, and it's there to stay. And it is this person in relation to you is very generous of spirit. Sometimes you don't see it, and you need to open your eyes. I'm going to take the runes here for you, and I've got interessante, molto interessante. First of all, I'll give you the bad news. This is Lagos Merstays, Lagos, however you call it, Merkstave. It's going to be a difficult time, so brace yourself. But it's going to be a very successful time, Taurus, a very successful time. Again, here too, the importance, this is Ansu's bright stave, the importance of communication, open communication with that person. When that green-eyed monster comes, talk about your feelings, and you're not very good at that, especially not in this period of time, but you're under a lucky star, Aljit's bright stave. The universe does have your back. Also here, this is Diag, and Diag does talk about a karmic return. Again, like I said, the relationship is going to be a long one, is an important one, but this pattern will emerge. So if you know that, you're better positioned to ward those negative energies off, and the ultimate need to go within in order for you to be able to go without and talk to that person. Very important, the communication factor. Very important, Taurus. Very important, the communication factor. Do not keep it in. That's what the cards and the runes are telling you. Now let's go to Aries, 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 Aries. My Aries. Last but not least, not very least. And we do save the best for last, right? That's what I used to tell Pisces. Aries, Aries, Aries. And this is very important for me. I'm so happy that we're at Aries because I'm dying of hunger. And it's 20 to 3 in the afternoon. I haven't had anything to eat and I'm starving. So I have to cook something for myself. So Aries, I'm so happy that I'm at your reading now. Aries, Aries, let's take a look. And I'm sorry about the lighting because one of my lights needed charging, but I'm sure you can see me. And at least you can hear me. I have my microphone right here. All right, that's important. So cards I will show you, and they'll be in the forefront, and those will be seen. Let's see what's in store for you, Aries. Aries, 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 Aries. We've got the Chariot, the Nine of Swords. We've got the Hermit. We've got this Two of Swords. This Two of Swords has been coming up over and over again. Decision time for all of us. And the Nine of Wands, these two nines of swords and wands. Look, I have to say, Aries, let's say that the period of now, starting now, the 16th, comes in with you with all these good intentions, but we know that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? So when I say that, I mean that in the sense of, if you were on a diet, don't screw up. If you were being good, don't screw up. If you're not smoking, don't screw up. But we're only human. And every now and then, I want to taste chocolate, or any now and then, I want to smoke a cigarette. Any now and then, I want to. So we are only human. We know that. But it starts with excellent, excellent intentions. The story's not that easy. Okay, it's not that easy because we have this Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords talks about fears, and the fears have to do with you and how you act and what is the proper thing to do. You're worried that you're going to make the wrong decision in how you act because it's not going to bring you to your objectives. This could play out in terms of you trying to draw near, trying to draw a person towards you, or trying to open up communication with a person. And no matter what you do, there's just little peepholes, little windows open. They say hello, but they don't engage. All right. So it's very, very difficult for that, no matter what you do. But the focus here is the Hermit. The Hermit tells us to withdraw, or that you will withdraw. But the Hermit also tells us to analyze, critically analyze, study, think, pass in review certain things that are not or haven't worked, and why, and come to the conclusion that maybe you don't have to do anything. It is the other person who's just not in the mood, who's just having problems, having their own problems. However, we're talking to you, Aries. And I just can't tell an Aries, don't act. Just don't do anything. They're going to start throwing flames at me. And what do I have? 5 cards, 1, 3, and 5. The first card was the Chariot. The third card was the Hermit. And the 5th card was this 9 of Wands. So that tells you, for you to not act is going to really be heavy, heavy, heavy. Let's take a look at the Hermit, because the Hermit is like the moon, something that's hidden, that in the background you can see a little moon back there, the stars as well, but going into hiding. Let's take a look and see if we can clarify, first of all, with another card, another from the bottom of the deck. And I've got the 8 of Coins. The 8 of Coins talks about being busy, talks about working, talks about feeding things that are important to you to get you through learning processes. This is a learning process as well. These 2 cards talk about a process that is ideal for you to learn. If you can concentrate, if you can keep your mind focused on something that is important to you, to your work, and leave that other, energy, that romantic energy, leave them, give them space. This Hermit also talks about allegrezza al cuore, happiness in the heart, talks about delirious people, deliranti, and then talks about mercante. All right, so obviously, we are happy in our heart. We are happy that we have a person in our heart. We're happy, but we cannot communicate as we would like sometimes The focus is on our work. Silence. Silence is golden. Now, I'm not saying that the cards, Aries, are telling you, remember, I'm a double Aries, Aries moon, Aries rising, Aries sun. And I have Pisces as my moon, which saves me, okay? But what I'm seeing here is that you are in a position, it's like you feel as if you're between a rock and a hard place. And no matter what you do, you're not getting results. The cards are telling you very clearly, Aries, do something that is important for your work, study, because ultimately that is what's going to give you, is going to take you out of the funk, all right? And that's going to give you a lot of work. I'm going to take the runes now. I'm going to take the runes, just a second. Going to take the runes, yeah, okay. My battery is saying that it's low, so I've got to finish. Runes. Hagal, Hagalas, ladies and gentlemen, Hagal, Hagalas. You need to go within. The Hermit, remember. We've got Aljit's bright stave. Aljit's talks about being protected. You need trust and faith in the universe. They have your back. And the nameless, faceless rune, weird, tells you, Aries, you want to do things the way you want. You are hard-headed. You with a lot of other ones, a lot of other zodiac. Okay, do it the way you want. But remember, the reading suggests work, focusing on work, and leave the rest to the universe to take care of. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope this was of help to you. Until we read together again, I'll be here next weekend with the month of August readings. Namaste. Like, share my videos, and press the subscribe button, and also that little bell next to the side so that you'll be notified when I go live. Bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Bye-bye. Namaste. Bye-bye.